Our executive mayor, the executive mayor of the mayor city of Ekurhuleni is with us in the building. Executive Mayor Nkosindiphile, Xhakaza, thank you so much for joining us. Please can we put our hands together as we welcome the executive mayor onto stage to give us an address.
Thank you very much, Program Director. It's a beautiful setup, and we just want to maybe congratulate, really the team for this choice of a venue that we choose to organize this beautiful event in our township, in Tembisa, in Mambiza, in 1632. Indeed, we are living the talk. And I think that's one thing we just want to appreciate. We'd have wanted to join this program on the first day, on Thursday. We were delayed. We had to join the Presidential Infrastructure Coordinating Committee, the first PICC for the 7th administration, and it took longer than took the whole day. So we could not join, but I know that the MMC of Development Planning and Real Estate was part of the opening the first day on Thursday. So thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister, Sis Jane Stolle, Deputy Minister of Small Business Development, Dr. Tebe Ikalafeng, the founder of the Brand Leadership Group, and Dr. Pepe Marais, the co-founder and CEO of Joe Public, and Seslizi Mukhale, Managing Director or Managing Executive, Insight and Advisory, NetBank, Retail and Business Banking. And ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our vibrant business community and the community of Ekurhuleni. It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at the Township Economy Awards under the empowering theme, Own Your Bold. And this occasion allows us to celebrate the remarkable achievement of entrepreneurs and businesses that have emerged from our townships, embodying resilience, innovation, and a spirit of determination and courage. Let us take this opportunity and congratulate all of you that will be receiving our awards today. A round of applause to all those that will be receiving the awards. So the township economy is more than just a sector within our region. It represents a vital force that drives socio-economic growth, job creation, and community development. And in Ekurhuleni, our townships are not merely residential areas, they are hubs of creativity and entrepreneurship. They are places where ideas are born, dreams are chased, and futures are built. And the individuals who operate within this economy are not just participants. They are pioneers who challenge the status quo and redefine what is possible in the face of adversity. The importance of the township economy to our region cannot be overstated. And Ekurhuleni is one of the largest cities in South Africa. Our region is home to a population of 4.1 million people, characterized by its rich diversity and growing potential. And however, beneath the surface of urban development lies a pressing need for inclusive economic growth, and townships provide a unique opportunity for us to bridge the gap between formal and informal businesses. And by supporting the township business, we can stimulate local markets, promote sustainable practices, and create a more equitable economy. So the theme, Own Your Bold, resonates deeply with the essence of entrepreneurship. It's a call to action for our entrepreneurs to embrace their identity, harness their unique experience, and take pride in their contribution to the economy. And being bold means stepping outside one's comfort zone. It means innovative, it means taking risk. It means believing in one's vision of a prosperous community. It means recognizing that ownership extends beyond a mere possession. It encompasses fostering a sense of belonging and responsibility towards one's environment. We must acknowledge the challenges that township businesses often face: access to funding, infrastructure limitations, and market visibility. And as Executive Mayor of Ekurhuleni, we want to assure you that our administration is committed to addressing these challenges. We aim to implement target programs that provide financial support, skills development, and create a network that connects entrepreneurs with potential investors. In the upcoming week, starting on Tuesday, the 26th of February, the city of Ekurhuleni is set to host the Ekurhuleni Investment Conference. And this is an important gathering where we shall gather under one roof, big businesses, cooperatives, investors, both local and internationally, to invest in our city as an ideal destination for investment. And I must indicate that this is the first conference that we get to host as a city post COVID. And really we want to have greater conversation about the Erythropolis development, the airport city economy. It's one of the conversations that we have not had since 2021 local government elections. And a number of investors, they've been asking, why is government not emphasizing the Erythropolis economy? And we take pride that we are recommitting ourselves, the city government, to the Erythropolis master plan development. It's nothing else. The Erythropolis is the airport economy. The fact that we've got this asset, the airport. And what does it mean in terms of mobility, in terms of movement of goods and services, in terms of the movement of the people? Our communities from time to time, they ask us, but what are you saying when 27 million passengers transit here? What does it mean in terms of hospitality for those who are in tourism and all that? How do you support the township economies so that they develop tourism products so that we can capture, these passengers as they transit, our own space. So it's not just about tourism, but it's also about the logistics centers as they begin to emerge along the R21 corridor. It's a drive that the government in this beautiful city of Ekurhuleni. They've actually, emphasized and put up a program to say, look, we've got a unique asset, and let's leverage, this asset. Let's package certain capabilities around the airport so that we can use the airport to drive our economy. So it's not just the airport, but the major highways are crisscrossing this city, the major rail are crisscrossing this, and we take pride of the PRASA, Gibela investment. It is now producing trains. It means we must now invest in rail engineering capabilities. We must mobilize our communities to look at the entire value chain and say, what is it that we need to do, to participate, in this, in industrializing our economy. So one thing that we're driving still with passion is a 10-point plan, and I just want to highlight a few things. That to revitalize our manufacturing remains on the agenda, because it has been a capability. We're known to be the factory for the country, the factory for Africa. And the War Tambo SCZ programs that we continue to drive, we're proud that even in the PICC, the Infrastructure South Africa, part of the programs that they have is the inland port development. So it's not just about the airport that is in the north, it's also the rail engineering that is in the east, but also the inland port that is going to be coming up in the south of our region. But importantly, we are still committed to the mega projects and the strategic land parcels, release. So we've got various pieces of land. I'm sure HOD Chauke, you are somewhere. So some of these packages, we must really share them, with township businesses so that they too can ready themselves, because land in economics, but it's a means of production. So it's a critical asset for you to drive a business. So we're still committed to release the 40 strategic land parcels. They are at various stages, both brownfields and greenfields. If you check an asset like Drisnimand, that entire land parcel there, what does it mean? Because government, we can have the land, we can cut the grass and all that, but it is the private sector that comes in. It is entrepreneurs that comes in and say, but what is it that we can do with this piece of land? If Jimiston Lake, there's a lake, beautiful lake, there's a golf, there's a, that entire asset there, what does it mean in terms of ensuring that the hotness that you see today, can we really build it the engine? Because there's no use for us to hold on to these pieces of land if we can't really use those land to drive the economy of our region. But also we've got various pieces of what we call township business sites that we need to release, to entrepreneurs, so that those who want to enter into franchising in different, whether it's for, to put up a petrol station, whether it's to pick up various franchising and all that. So I know it's not part of Rama, the speech, but I think it's important that we recommit ourselves in this platform so that the township entrepreneurs, they know where to knock the doors. And one of the things that we have done is to reorganize, the institution. And we're happy that Chauke, the HOD, is now a head of one department. Remember, we've now put together city planning, we've put together real estate, we've put together economic development. So those have been 3 departments. It means if you want something, you have to go and knock on different doors. And one of the things that we've been trying to do is to ensure that there's one-stop shop, if you have a developmental application, if you do zoning, if you want access to land, if you want access to economic packages, you actually have one-stop shop in the city. So this we all do to make it easy for you to do business in the city of Ekurhuleni. So we want to recognize that fostering a vibrant township economy requires collaboration between public and private sector. And the government, in partnership with local businesses and organizations, must work hand in hand to create an enabling environment for growth and innovation. We must advocate for policies that nurture entrepreneurship, that simplify regulatory processes and enhance access to market. As we celebrate tonight, let us remember that the achievement of our township economy are the stories of courage and resilience. Each award given here is a testament to the power of bold ownership and the potential that exists within our communities. You are not only transforming your own lives, but also inspiring our communities and our nation to dream bigger and work harder. It is imperative that we address also the rising incidence of food poisoning and emphasize the importance of safeguarding our local businesses. We urge residents not to register illegal foreigners, as this practice undermines our laws and local interest. And protecting local enterprises is essential for the well-being of South African citizens and the future prosperity of our communities. Let us work together to ensure a safe and thriving environment for all. And I think this is an area really that our communities, they want us to be decisive. And we're battling. We must admit that it's a battle. When we started to run some of the blitzes together with our community safety, our environmental health, our economic development department, just going to Swazi Inn here in Tembisa. When you run a blitz, you hit the first spaza shop. And it's a difficulty because those guys, I think they've mastered what they are doing. They've now, they actually weld themselves inside those shops. It becomes even difficult. You come, you say, I'm the mayor, I'm with the chief of police, open up. It becomes a difficulty because a deputy minister, those chaps inside, they just look at you and say, no, but I can't open. I talk to my boss. And the boss, who's not known, and the boss owns a number of these shops in that corridor. And by the time you are done with the first shop, the others are closed. And it's an interesting thing. I mean, we had to go one shop with Ekurhuleni to try and actually open this thing. And when you find this person inside, there's even elements of human trafficking. Because you can actually see this one doesn't have papers. Or if you have papers, it's a duplicate of another one. But it's actually not the owner of the shop. So it's one thing that, we must continue to put our minds together, but government alone will not be able to win this thing. We need communities. We have now launched a program called eKasi, where we're mobilizing our communities, street committees, to actually ensure that if we move into one shop, communities must then take charge. But we also continue to give support to our own spaza shop. But South Africans must also be, registered. Because one of the things that we have established is that our own South African entrepreneurs are not compliant. Of course, one of the difficulties is that it costs a lot of money. You need to, CPIC, you need to have those returns and so forth. They cost a bit of money. That regulatory processes, it costs a lot of money for, an ordinary spaza shop owner. And we come as well, we say, business licenses, you must comply. And just recently, we were running a program where we're issuing packages for spaza shop. We're actually giving 30,000 for each spaza shop. You know, the interesting that happened there, we had about 1,800 applicants, 1,800. But only 400 of those applicants are South African. But out of that 400, only one qualified. Now we then said to Chauke, we must run again this program, but let's go out there and get our communities to comply. So this thing of complying is also a bit difficult. So we do need your brains, your minds to work with us, to actually organize our spaza shop community, including the informal traders, so that they stand to benefit from some of the support that we're giving. Another person says, but why do you create such a stringent? It's because we're also audited. I agree, you want clean audit. So AG, when they come, they want to check, who did you give this 30,000 to? You're saying, Babu Mnguni. They check, is Babu Mnguni, his company, is it registered? Does the returns, tax, and all those things. So we're not able really to do, these things. Otherwise, the mayor will be in trouble, will be accused of dishing out packages to bogus or ghost, people. So I know, there has been a commitment from Ubanigonje, the organizer of this program, that is going to work with us to actually assist us to mobilize communities and actually ensure that they are registered. The interesting thing is that the only database that we have is when we're doing the COVID-19. We had about 6,000 because we had to issue, those permits that were issued, 6,000. But up until today, we have not had 6,000 people who are registered with the city of Ekurhuleni. So it tells you that the problem is bigger. Our communities, they are also subleasing. You give them a trading stall, they sublease to these guys who are foreign nationals. But again, let me conclude, because here we are here for the awards. Conferencing is done, discussions are done. But we want to encourage that we must continue to champion the township economy and encourage one another to own our boldness. The future of Ekurhuleni depends on our collective commitment to fostering inclusive economic growth, and let us invest in our entrepreneurs, support local business, and work together to build a more prosperous and equitable future for all. We shall see you on Tuesday and Wednesday in the Ekurhuleni Investment Conference. Thank you very much. Welcome, Director.